My name is Ken Schwartz of Precise Sharpening, and today what I'm going to do is to review a 8,000 grit stone. This is at the moment the second finest stone in the series in terms of grit. Again, this is the 8,000 grit. It's in the bamboo series and it's a Nubatama stone. So the color, I don't know if the camera will capture it perfectly, is not white, but it's like a slight off-white type color. So let's give it a few little tests. We'll spray it first. Okay, and so the water doesn't immediately soak in. So let's cover the surface for a second and just watch for just a second and see rate of absorption. Okay, so actually very slow. I would say that this is absorbing somewhat slower than the 4,000 or 6,000 grit stones. Okay, so this is definitely a splash and go stone, and I'm going to do a couple of knives. This first knife is a Nenox knife. It's a 230 millimeter Sujihiki. It's from the S series. There's an S and a G series with the Snakewood handle and so forth. Very nice knife. And let's start out with this. At the time that these were made, these were purported to be a VG1 steel, so this is a stainless steel. Okay. Alright, so we're immediately seeing very fine swarf pattern all the way across the stone. So far, not a great deal of mud buildup on the stone. Okay, the stone is sufficiently hard enough. Actually, I would rate this a pretty hard stone to allow both edge trailing and leading strokes without any difficulty at all. So this is going to be a very easy stone to use. Work the other side a little bit. And notice that I'm not adding water to the stone. I'm not really rinsing the stone. The swarf seems to stay in place. I wouldn't quite call it glazing, but staying in place. And I've gone from a fairly coarse finish prior to this stone. So it is a fairly big jump that I'm taking. And you can hear the sound has pretty much disappeared. Okay, let's see how we're doing here. Pretty good. Now, since I'm primarily getting only metal swarf and really nothing in the stone, I'm going to try just rinsing this off just a bit. Okay, so, alright, so the metal swarf is really not sticking with just a little gentle brushing with the finger. Interesting to note. Okay, so let's continue a bit. And we can see that now we're generating fresh metal removal. So for a fine stone, you know, this is reasonably aggressive for an 8,000 grit stone. It's firm. I would say it's a bit harder than a Chocera stone. Certainly much harder than a superstone. Not quite as hard as a glass stone. Okay, let's do a few light strokes on here. Okay, getting a very nice edge. I'm going to go a little further just to see if I can get any additional improvement on the edge, although the edge already feels quite nice. Again, very slow water absorption rate. I think that's probably not counting, but I think that may have been the first time I refreshed the stone for some water. And we did take the swarf off, so I guess that counts too. Okay. Okay. Working very nicely. I like it. Give that a quick rinse again. And next we're going to look at one of my favorite knives. Okay. First, let's check for cutting performance. Effortless slice cuts. Push cuts very nicely. Very nice edge. I would highly recommend this stone as well. Another wonderful Nubatama stone. Okay, let's go on to this knife. This is actually the first time I'm going to be sharpening this particular knife. This knife is a Nubatama knife as well. This is a personal knife that I've been using for a number of months now, and have only done just the slightest touch-ups on it. So we're going to just give it a first shot here. It's been a while. Okay, and I'm just going to very light pressure. This is a black steel, very unusual steel. It has been very well reviewed by any number of chefs in Kyoto. There have been several reviews here on these knives. They take an exceptional edge, and their edge retention is phenomenally nice. Phenomenally good, I guess would be a better way to put it. Okay. And so I'm actually not going to spend a great deal of time on this stone with this knife because of the nature of the knife. Quickly brought up an edge with improved sharpness. Very quick. I guess that's a bit of a mini review of the knife and its sharpening capacity as well as the stone. Effortless, absolutely effortless. Very nice knife, very nice stone. Again, this is the 8,000 grit bamboo stone available at Chef's Knives to Go in Ken's Corner. I thank you for your time and look forward to hearing from you regarding how well you like the stone and also the knife. The Nubatama knives will also be available at Chef's Knives to Go. Thank you for your time.